Hey, welcome to the Elders Corner. Hi, I am Nessa the Holistic, and if this is your first time, this is over here is where reality and spirituality meet with a little bit of holistic flavor. Hey, how you doing? How was your week? Oh, sorry. Y'all know I was in the office reading, and then I had to get our cards out to see what prayer we gonna stand on. I just want to explain to you too, during the winter holidays and during, any holiday, you guys know we gonna be off on the corner. Long as we meet up once a week, we good. Y'all, in our in services, I'm learning so much, and I wish I could broadcast, but I can't. It's imperative and it's important for restoration to when you get renewed. There's a certain education you need to have, and I love this part of being an in service. And so you guys know I've been shuffling the prayer cards. I'm just waiting for anybody to jump on. Sometimes I see it say, somebody jumped on the live, I'm gonna pull the card. It's no particular way that we pull it. It's just I notice when we do it like that, the Spirit of God knows how to move and be for whatever. Well, lately I've noticed when we've been doing the prayer, it's been establishing what we're talking about, or it helps us to understand our position. So I don't know what the card is gonna give us, what direction. I see. Hey, I see you. I see you. Look, that's my nephew, guys. Tell my nephew, hey, Praise. His name is Praise, guys. Oh my God, he's an amazing young nigga too. Oh, y'all, but we on the corner. He's a young ball. He understand. Y'all understand. That's my young ball, bro. I'm bringing him on the Elders Corner. And y'all can see, little homie got a mindset of an adult. He knows how. He knows. He's very intellectual, but he's very urban. So that's why when I spoke so fast, I keep thinking, with my little homie, because he's his own individual, and I love him. Anyway, since he jumped on, I'm just gonna pull a card. What? Y'all see what time it is? It's today's prayer. Proverbs 3:33. The Lord blesses the home of every good person. The Lord, our God, blesses the home of every good person. Stay good. Stay good. The Lord blesses the home of every good people. That's something we got to study. I want to write that down, because I really want to understand what that means. Because you got to understand what determines good. Oh, I'm acting like Mama Stone now. Y'all, I'm sorry. I dropped my pen. I'll get to it. Because I'm going to get thrown off. That's the devil trying to throw me off. So, anyway, the Lord blesses the Lord blesses the home of every good person. I'm going to keep this up here, y'all. How y'all week been going? Listen, so much. I'm in creativity mode. A lot of people who know me outside of the podcast know that I sell holistic herbs, remedies. I really don't sell it. I make it. I use it, and then I give it to other people to see if it works on them the way it works on me. And then by their reaction or reply or coming back is when I know it worked. So I got into the CMOS years ago just for help during COVID, because they was like, oh, you take this, you take that. And so that's when I really started getting into the CMOS. There's different types of CMOS. Each CMOS has a different purpose, determining the color, the altitude, where it's from, the heat. It's so much to it to get the full content of it. They do got this CMOS that they grow that has no nutritional value. Very pretty, very realistic looking, but doesn't do anything. Sometimes they put Caribbean on it, or they put India on it and stuff like that. And so we don't know if you're getting good products. So I like the Chinaman. I feel the Chinaman have more holistic stuff dealing with the ocean. Most of the time, their specialty is the ocean. We get a lot of our seafoods and from the more Asian community. So I go to the more Asiatic community and buy, and the guy is so good. I get it at a rate that when you go into the stores here that has these brand names on it, it costs by the pound. It's like really $14 a pound, and that's with it dried and salted. You still have a lot of work to do. And some of them already have it clean and dried, so all you would do is add water for processing. That's a little bit more expensive because they usually do it by like $20 to $30 an ounce. And so you got to know your mathematics. That's expensive. And then some sell it to you already past that process, already gelled or infused. I got into the gelling and the infusion. I used it. It made me and my spouse skin glow. It regulated our digestive system where usually where it's dry and constipated type situation. Sea moss give you that lubricant and gives you some of the enzymes you need to be more healthy and alkaline your body. So with all that said, my big homie, what up, big homie, requested this. And so Sunday I hurt myself. We celebrated the weekend in church, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday night going into Sunday morning, I hurt myself, so I didn't make it to church to take him his product. So that's what I've been working on, different products, different labeling. I'm trying to brand this stuff. If I brand it, I'm gonna need y'all's support. When I brand it, it won't be free anymore. Once I brand it and we really take it very serious, then that's when I'm gonna charge. My family gonna always be my first choice to taste, tell me how it reacts. I was doing the Oscar ones of goalies, and it worked for me, but it didn't work for other people. And so now I'm looking for different aphrodisiacs and stuff like that. So I've been working on that type of stuff, writing, creating, so that next year when we put the work, it's gonna be work and it's gonna be product. And you're going to see fruits. At the end of the year, you're going to see fruits. But that ain't why we here. Oh, I've been in my word. And I've been in communion and communication with my community, with my sisters that I support, that support me, with my family. I've been in deep. And there's one topic that keeps dropping. And we at the end of the year, and this is something we got to talk about before we go into the new year, And yes, because I don't want y'all to get on here with this conversation. Oh, the new year is fake. The new year don't start until April. I don't want to hear that. That's not what we're talking about. We will talk about historics. We will talk about myths and paganism from Christmas, Christianity, and the new year. We will have that conversation. But until we have that conversation, let's stay in this one. Just like the title say, we need to start looking in the mirror. And we're gonna go deep. Just look in the mirror. Is that the person you want to be in the new year? And what is it that you want to work on? Now, don't tell me about, so-and-so say I got a nasty attitude. You know what it is that's been your barrier. You know what it is that's been your reason that you haven't got to your next level. I thought I was so slick. I was doing everything for everyone else and forgot about me until I got in trouble. Some people knew that I was in a place, right? And took advantage of it. Okay? I can't blame you for being you. I have to blame me for not paying attention to me first, looking in the mirror. And next year, I won't be the people pleaser. You might not like what I say. You might not like me. That is amazingly great. Because the same way you feel about me, I promise you, I feel that way about you. I do. And it shows on both of our behalves. Know the part you play in all situations. I'm tired of everybody want to be the victim. Everybody can't be a victim and a bully. Those two things can't exist in one place. I was in my scriptures. Matthew 7, verses, I read the chapter, but there were some things that stuck out. And Jesus is speaking at this time. He's speaking to the disciples. And the question came up. How can you say to your brother, let me take that speck out, when the whole time there's a plank in your eye? How is it that you want to take the speck in my eye when you have a whole plank in your eye? And the scriptures kept on going because it kept on talking. It called them a hypocrite. You know, it called them a thing, right? A lot of people is so quick to look at what you do versus to go inward to look at what they do. And a lot of times they do that to justify what they're doing, to make it okay that I did this. A lot of times people do this, right? A lot of times people do this in control. If I tell you everything you do and make you feel ashamed and guilty and less than, then that way I can control you. Then I can really benefit from this relationship. You got to hear what I'm saying. How can you say to your brother, this is a person that's close to you. This is not an individual who don't know you. Because the scriptures say, how can you say to your brother? How can you say to your sister? How can you say to your spouse? How can you say to your children? Some kids, I'm talking about adult kids, not talking about babies, the ones that train up a child. We're past training up a child. We talk about these hurt grown people that is bashing their family, bashing their mama for everything she's tried to do and didn't do, and what she did do and what she didn't do. Those. How can you say to your grown adult children, let me take that speck out, and the whole time there's a log sitting in your right eye? How can you say that? These are people close to you that you do this. You want to oppress them. You want them to be ashamed of some of the things that they may or may not have done. Sometimes you say stuff to them that is rumored and it's solely false, but because the whole family has been saying it, you ran with it. I'm talking about that one. You is who I'm talking about. It's a competition when you want to clean somebody else's eyes out, and you got a wood in yours. How can you see to take a speck out of somebody else's eye if it's a whole wood in your eyes? You jealous? You want me to minimize me to make you feel good. If that's you feel the way about what I said, you can leave a comment so we can further discuss it for real biblically. Because I'm finna go hood in a minute and explain why the scriptures took us somewhere. And this is not about nobody else. This is individually And it's about you. And it's two ways. Either you're the one that's the oppressor, or you're the one that's being oppressed. And oppressor don't have to put his hands on you. Oppressor don't have to demand you. They can love you into submission. They can brainwash you. And you, everything they say, you're running with. And you really got an issue that you got to deal with within. Right? That's a whole nother conversation. We talk about looking in the mirror. And we're talking about you so quick to want to take something and fix somebody else's situation. And your situation is messed up. You are so quick to want to put the heads up for somebody else. And you're caught up. That's a you problem. That's not a them problem. Because a thief going to be a thief. A liar going to be a liar. A con artist going to be a con artist. A hoe going to be a hoe. A pimp going to pimp. An addict going to addict. A robber going to rob. A murderer going to kill. A lover going to love. Okay? A nurturer is going to build. That's going to be it anyway. So if you allow somebody to come in and control your mind, that'll make you reflect on you like you're the bad person and you're the provider, you're the sustainer, then it's a you problem. And people that do that, y'all honestly be weary of them. They're here with a purpose and an agenda. And they've done the long haul. I remember, when people want to do you dirty, they get in close, they cool with you about 2-3 months, then they do that thing. It usually take like 30 days. A snake gonna bite. A snake can't be hungry around you that long and not bite. Right? Right? That's what Grandma always said, keep your grass cut so that you can see the snakes. Be wary of them. Be careful of them. And if it's happening to you, now it's time to stand back, cut off communication, write everything down, and then go back and review. Go back and review. In that relationship, does this person make you better or make you worse? You know the answers. Let's talk. Let's talk. I have a situation that I want to talk, guys, but I don't want people to be offended because I am using the situation. And sometimes when I use situations, because I've lost so many people, people relate to it and then they think I'm talking about them, and it's not about you. I'm talking about looking in the mirror. And I'm using a beautiful scenario that I know is true because multi people have called and said that they're going through this. Whether it's with a sister and a brother, a spouse, and another spouse, or if it's a mama and a child, a lot of this has been going on. Look, let's talk about it. Everybody's family got a black sheep, okay? Everybody's family got a black sheep. Once that person becomes a black sheep, their children become black sheep. Their children pick up black sheep's behavior. And while being on black sheep, while the other family is being spoiled or doted or taken care of, right? They think they're better than the black sheep until the black sheeps become full adult sheeps who they've been saying, oh, you're a black sheep, but you really the whole time been a white sheep. You got everything. You got God, you got life, you got children, you got a spouse, you got a car, you got a career. You ain't hungry, you ain't never begging bread. Yeah, life. You've been riding the life wave. And you look good doing it. Right? And then what happens is your auntie comes, and because your auntie didn't get an opportunity to do the stuff you did, and your auntie always need a ride. Your auntie, she comes. When she comes, she really ain't got nothing. You might want to, puff a blunt or two, but really ain't got nothing. Your auntie left her dog. You've been caring for this dog since this dog was a puppy. It was a baby, and she couldn't take she had lost her place. She had to pay like $3,000-$4,000 for the dog. And where she was going, she couldn't take it. So you was like, I'll take care of it. I'm giving you 2-3 months. Come get your dog. But you end up doing all the medical bills. You buying all the food. Every time the dog's sick, you got to run. This ain't no one of them little woo-woo dogs. This is a teacup. Y'all know them teacups sickly. They can't eat her. If they eat this, they get sick. You got to go get the shot for this, the dewormer, the coughing stuff. They got to be separate from other dogs. They can't be. Them dogs are allergic to everything. But here you done had the dog 6 years. She comes. Oh, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't have the dog. Well, baby, why you ain't? Here go the dog bills. Why I got to do that? The dog don't even know me. But it's your dog you pay for. I've been taking care of your dog. Well, you had the dog here. You see, I paid all that money for the dog. It's your dog. Okay. But you need to start worrying about me doing, you know what I'm saying? Always picking at you. You spend too much money on the dog. Why the dog got clothes on? Why the dog can't walk on the ground outside? That's what, it's constant. And then you're so angry, you cry because you don't really want to be disrespectful. But you really hurt. You really hurt. And you're eating this stuff up. You're eating it up. I one of my confidants, her spouse did this to her. Everything was always on the table. Very forthcoming. And because my heart really loves, we got a child together. And most women who have a child with a man, I don't care how you feel, the man and the woman always have a type of love. They created together. God bless two people at one time. God bless two people at one time. Those hearts are always connected. Brother, they can't stand each other. Love and hate is the same emotion. It's the same beat. Right? Right? Okay. They're going to always love each other. Some love is to a degree. And you got to know that degree. You got to know that degree. And for me, once we moved on, come do your part. I'm not doing your part. And you get to be whatever. And you get to say whatever. You understand? Instead of looking at the part he played. The aunt did it. The boyfriend did it. Or the baby father did it. The brother did it to the sister. The sister borrowed a couple of dollars from the brother. She paid back like a couple, she paid it in segments. She didn't have it all at one time. She, a little check. And she was just paying it in segments. And she did get a chance to pay it off. And she owed it like $20, maybe like $20 more left. So she did say to him, hey, he called about, like, where my $20 at? This man got plenty of money. This man owned a car lot. The sister got one child struggling on EBT, paying full rent, because she's, working to get her nursing degree. She's in school and working in the hospital. So she's really not making the money to sustain her son. And so she does get SNAP, and she does try. They prorate her child care because of her, I think it's her income bracket. I don't know a lot about that situation, but she was saying that. And so, and so she told the brother, she was like, hey, I got my EBT, I got my SNAP. Why don't you take, $50 in SNAP and get a few things that you may need, and then we're even. Oh, I didn't give you no SNAP. What I'm going to do with that? That's all you care about is, getting over on the government. You've always been like this. We told you not to sleep with that person. Look, you stuck with that child, but for $20? And so she took that. She holding it. Calling me, crying for prayer and all that. Listen, how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out, when there's a whole log in your face, a whole blank? It is sad that the people that you think you can depend on are the ones that'll do it to you. It is sad that the ones that you want to entrust in, the ones, I've been with that person. You're familiar with that. You think you can you can't never go to them and get nothing. What they think they're doing in helping you, it's not help. It's not. He's not. Because you talk on a game to me, that's not mean you're an amazing dad. No. Your mindset has to be transformed. Transformed, not firmed. Formed. My mouth dry. So look in the mirror. Write the do's and don'ts about you. About you. This is called self-work. Nobody has nothing to do with it. It's all about you in your writing. Write down the things you think that you can work on, and write down on the other side all the things you've accomplished. And do it to be good about it now. Do it from 10 years to now. 10 years back to now. All your accomplishments. All of them. Write them all down. Making sure them children graduated. Making sure it was always food in the house. Those are achievements, because there's a lot of people who get money that don't do this. Take the children to the doctor. When my brother need to print up something, come to your house and print it. That's an accomplishment. You understand? These are accomplishments. It's got to be true. Y'all seen it. You know what I'm saying? Write down the things you did. When the car broke down, you bought a new car. You're not, or your children are walking in the snow. Your son who, you get the little EB to go to school, fly clean and with food to the sister. To the aunt that dropped her responsibility off. Girl, you didn't take care of your business. So write that down. I took care of somebody else's business. And at the end of it, 2026, you're going to be selfish. Everything you do got to be about you. Starting at Christmas. When you wake up in the morning, be your own Santa Claus. Be your own Mrs. Claus. Be your own Santa helper. I told everybody I'm not doing Christmas this year. I'm not. I love Christmas. Me and my husband, we're going to wake up. He's going to be my Santa. And I'm going to be his Miss Claus. Okay? I love my grandkids. Every day is Christmas for my grandkids when I'm with them. Whatever they need or want, I do it. Okay? I don't have to spend all this money for one day. Because if it ain't, I'm not doing it. Only me and my husband. I want to wake up in a onesie. I'm going to have food already cooked. I'm going to bake cookies and stuff for Mr. Claus, my husband. And I'm going to have my little red things and my little red boots for Christmas for Mr. Claus, because I'm going to be Miss Claus. Okay? But it's all about you now. Look in the mirror. What you don't like, you fix. What you like, you leave it alone. And what other people say, opinion, is like a rectum hole. If you living, you got one. You know how many people got a rectum hole? Okay? That's how many opinions are out there and points of views. And the only one that really matters in your life is yours. Because when you in there crying, who you got? You and your God. When you can't meet a bill, can you go to those people? The sister went to her brother and was $20 short. And look what he did. The child couldn't go to her auntie. Her auntie already dropped her responsibility off on her. And then came back and had everything to say, but thank you. You can't go to her. The spouse think, or the baby father think, I gave you the baby, so now it's your responsibility. You damn sure can't go to him. Right? But you can't go to God. And he provides. And he don't throw it in your face. And everybody don't know your business. When them children messed up, who got to run to the hospital? When they're hungry, who got to cook? When the dog was hungry, who had to go buy the food? That's what I'm trying to tell you. How you listening to somebody else's opinion and point of view about the work you did and that you accomplished and got you looking at yourself. You the problem if you let somebody do you like that. Listen, go be great. Look in the mirror. What you don't like, don't take it into 2026. What you like, you work on it and make it great. And you continue being awesome. Let me tell y'all another secret. When people do you like that, that means you doing something. That means you is it, and they cannot take it. Keep being great. And I'll see you next week on the corner. Because over here is where spirituality and reality meet with a little bit of holistic flavor. We'll see you next week on the corner.